She stunned so many of us with news that she was resigning as director of the Ohio Department of Health. Well, today, Mike Polk looks back at Amy Acton's time in charge.
Dr. Acton announced that she was stepping down from her position yesterday. Many Ohioans got collectively bummed out. Even the sign language lady seemed a little depressed, and she's usually unflappable. This is obviously going to mess up the DeWine and Company Good Time Afternoon press conference hour that many of us have become such big fans of. Losing a major character like this in mid-season is always a real setback for an established show. I just hope they don't do anything desperate like replace her with Ashton Kutcher or something to try and keep the ratings up. That would be a real disservice to the fan base. Hey, speaking of fans, you know who has plenty of those? Dr. Amy Acton. And why not? She's a great story. She rose up from being homeless as a child in hard-scrabble Youngstown, which is the only word you're allowed to use to describe Youngstown, to becoming Ohio's health director, where she helped steer our state's widely praised response to the pandemic. And she did so while speaking directly to Ohioans in a measured and compassionate tone that helped to make a really bad situation seem just a little less hopeless and scary.
You are moving mountains. You are saving lives.
So obviously, we all fell in love with her. We sent her fan mail, kids dressed up like her, there are t-shirts, and well-intentioned but fairly brutal musical tributes online. Amy, what we gonna do? And a way above average cartoon.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 feet apart. Stay home.
But of course, Dr. Acton also has her share of detractors. She had to make tough choices to try and keep people safe, and that involved shutting down schools and businesses and preventing large gatherings. Some people were less on board with that than others. She was condemned as being alarmist. She was protested, including at her own home. She's even currently being sued by 2 Ohio music festivals for enacting a statewide ban that would prevent people from attending an Eric Church concert. It's really why someone is suing her. I do understand the frustrations that a lot of Ohioans are feeling right now. I just personally believe that that frustration is a bit misplaced. The anger aimed at Dr. Acton reminds me of a classic episode of The Simpsons in which a comet is careening towards the Earth, aimed right at Springfield. The crisis is, of course, averted in the end, and when it's over, the townsfolk make a community decision.
Let's go burn down the observatory so this'll never happen again. Yes!
See, I think it's actually the virus that people are mad at for disrupting all of our lives, and not Dr. Acton. But you can't protest a virus, and you can't sue it. You can yell at a virus or post mean things about it on Facebook, but it probably won't care. So what's the next best thing to get mad at? How about a government official in a lab coat that's telling you you're not allowed to go to Chili's? That'll do. I don't know if all of Dr. Acton's decisions were the correct ones, but I'd assume that they weren't. Given the unknown nature of the virus and the task that was presented to her, I don't think anyone could have batted 1,000 on this. But I do know that while Ohio is the 7th most populated state in the nation, it ranks 35th in total COVID cases. That's about half the total of Michigan, so take what you will from those numbers. So speaking personally, thank you for the effort, Dr. Acton. I think I can safely say that most Ohioans really appreciate everything you've done. You spoke to us in simple terms that we could understand, but you never came off as condescending. And you were exactly what many of us needed you to be at a time when we really needed you. Now, go enjoy your next chapter, whatever it may be. But please, don't go on Dancing with the Stars. You're better than that. This is Mike Polk for 3 News.
Yeah, I hope we see Dr. Amy Acton in some form down the road. I think she's too valuable and too good at what she does to just completely disappear into the midst. But I'm with you. I do hope we don't see her on Dancing with the Stars. That wouldn't be a good look.
Well, she's staying on an advisory role through this, which is great and comforting to everybody. And she's obviously appearing on Sesame Street. I didn't know that until Brandon just told me, so she found a better gig than Dancing with the Stars. She gets to hang out with Elmo and Grover, and there's nothing better than that, right?
Well, and Mike, I think that pretty much, that's when you know you've made it. When you're a guest star on Sesame Street. That says it all.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
How have you been? We
deal.
haven't talked lately. Are you doing okay? Everything's good in your world?
I'm all right. Thanks for asking. What a weird time to do this. You have my phone number,
Yeah.
but I guess we can talk now, Jay. Yeah, I've been good. I'll fill you in later on, but everything's fine. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that.
Well, I ask not just for my own behalf. The viewers are, I'm sure, curious as well.